Dan Illman, Mike Beer, two stakes races for two-year-old New York breds on tap at Aqueduct on Sunday. Let's start things off with race number 3. It's the Notebook. 100 grander going 3/4 of a mile. This race is for the boys. A field of 6, and Senbai, the number 4, is the prohibitive morning line favorite. And why not? The horse is already a multiple stakes winner, and he's got figures.
Yeah, I mean, he's just way the horse to beat in here. There are, a couple of horses who I guess are within range, Dan, and it feels like maybe he's going to have some other speed to deal with in here. But overall, his form's very hard to knock.
He's one from on the lead. He is one from just off, and the Timeform US Pace Projector has him just off the early lead, which could be set by the 3, Bustin Pietre. Senbai's tactical speed gives him a big advantage. It'll be interesting to see where the 6, Kenner, is in the early going. The horse went gate to wire last time out, but might face faster fractions here.
It does feel like they're going to go a lot faster in this race. Kenner certainly took a step forward last time back in with State Breds, but he also got control of that pace, and that's probably not going to happen here.
It'll be the dirt debut for the number 1, Cool Lauban, who is expected to be outrun in the early portion of the race, according to Timeform US. This horse did come from well out of it to win on turf last time out. Thoughts on the dirt pedigree?
I think he has plenty of dirt pedigree. It's interesting that they're switching now, Dan. I mean, Laubans, they tend to try them on turf a lot. I personally think he's a much better dirt sire than he is a turf sire. There's plenty of dirt in this pedigree. We'll see if this horse can take a step forward. It feels like he's going to have, if not the else, he's going to have the right setup here. There's going to be pace in front of him, and he can try to rally into it.
Working quickly on dirt for trainer Mark Cassie, and as Mike mentions, he might get a solid pace. The 2 is Dalfusky Island, making his first start for trainer Kelly Breen. He finished behind Senbei last time out in the New York Breeders' Futurity. That was a race where they kind of ran 1-2 all the way around the track, and Dalfusky Island didn't break great and was sort of one-paced.
Yeah, didn't break great in that race. Then he, made a little bit of a move to get up close to that pace, and he was just no match to the stretch. That wasn't his best performance. He faced Senbai also in the funny side back at Saratoga. He was no match for him that day and never really got involved. His other 2 races are both good, though, Dan. That Aspirin 2 back at Finger Lakes, man, what a tough loss that was. He got the worst of that bob after getting past the horse who was on the lead, and it cost him a stakes win, but he earned a figure for that race.
Bustin Pietre is a Roddy Valenti homebred by his very fast stallion, Bustin Stones. This horse got a little bit of money for his debut for a $50,000 tag. I like the burst of speed he showed, Mike. Let's watch this race from Bustin Pietre. He showed speed from the gate, but he put them all to bed on the turn. And you see he is widening right now. Now, a 66 buyer is nothing to sneeze at for a career debut. He could certainly take a step forward. Timeform US believes he's the speed of the speed. He's a good-looking gelding.
Yeah, I think he's the speed of the speed as well. This horse is fast, and he absolutely dominated this field of maiden claimers first time out. He has speed on both sides of his pedigree. He showed plenty of speed in this race. I think he can make the lead in here as well. Does he have to improve as he steps up in class into a stakes race? Yeah, he does, but I won't be surprised if this horse runs well. He was legitimately good first time out.
Senbei is the established class in form and obviously the horse to beat. Let's watch his last race at Finger Lakes. It was the New York Breeders' Futurity. He sat right off the leader. He's going to take a little while to change leads, but once he does, he goes by this leader and goes on to win in comfortable fashion. He has all the fast races on his page, and he should be right there when they swing into the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be forward in this race, even if that horse to his inside beats him to the front. He sat off another horse in this race and still won very convincingly. That was Dalfusky Island. You saw there, well back in third, unable to make an impact. I mean, I don't know, Dan. I'm not going to be surprised, I guess, if he doesn't win this race, but he's way the horse to beat.
Bali's Shade, the number 5, was freshened after a speed try in his career debut. He added blinkers. He got to the winner's circle. Let's watch that effort. State-bred maiden special. I don't love the field he was in against, but he showed good speed. And right here, it looks like he could be in for a world of trouble, but he stays on to win, drawing off. The buyers are light.
Yeah, he's a little too slow in here. He's another horse who wants to be forward, and it feels like they're going to go a lot faster in this race than they did in this maiden win here, which was just, listen, it was more game than anything else. His career debut was a decent effort, though, way back at the end of May. So maybe he needed this race, and he'll take a step forward here.
And the question regarding the number 6 Kenner is his last race a real representation of what he is, because his first three starts were okay, but not as good as this for trainer Jamie Ness. Let's watch the maiden special for New York Breds at Belmont on October the 22nd. He took a little bit of pace pressure, but he draws clear here in a very comfortable victory. A 76 Beyer speed figure has him approaching the favorite. He draws outside the other speeds, which gives Ruben Silveira the options. Now we'll have to see if he can do it against better horses, faster fractions, and maybe a different way from off of it.
Yeah, I mean, all those things are real questions for him. Obviously, he took a big step forward in that race. Now, was it just because he was back in with New York Breds and he had some experience behind him? Or was it because he got control of a relatively modest pace and had plenty left to kick on with? I think those are the questions I think you have to answer. He is a very fair price, though, on the morning line if you like him.
And that's why I picked him on top, because I think price has to be your guide with a horse like Kenner, because there are question marks. And if he goes off at an underlay, as we take a look at our top picks for the notebook, I went with him. I don't want him to go down anymore. Senbai's way the horse to beat.
Yeah, I almost went with him too, Dan. I put him second. I decided to chalk it out with the favorite, who I just do think is way the horse to beat. But I do think Kenner's an interesting horse in here.
A 4-6-2-3 for Mike, 6-4-3-2 for me. It's the first of two stakes races for New York Breds at Aqueduct on Sunday. It's the notebook. Good luck.